And when I'm reading it, I want you to listen and let it refresh you and wash over you. But I also want you, either while I'm reading or perhaps just to go back in the next hours or days and read it yourself and really challenge yourself where your believer is with this. Because head knowledge, human believing here in your mind is human. So it has no power. But what you believe has to get past your brain and down into your spirit, and in your spirit, where the God Spirit is communicating with your spirit, that's where we believe, and that's where the power flows, and that's where it gets done. So when I'm reading this, I want you to think about this. Do you really believe it? Think about if this, in the context, this is using your imagination, and this is okay because you're using it for the kingdom purpose. Think about if, say, the coronavirus, because this might be our practice ground. It may be the real thing, but I'm hoping and assuming it's probably just our practice ground. If this really happened and it became this major outbreak that everybody was getting, and people are dying everywhere, and it's not that the people are dying, but they're critical or serious or just scared, and the medical system was to get completely overwhelmed, where would these people go? They're going to find the bread of life. They're going to find Jehovah Rapha, because he'll be their only hope. And how does he find them? Me and you is where he is. That's where his hands, where his feet, where his mouth, where we're ready. We're ready at any moment, in season and out of season, to give the hope that lies within us. Hold on. So when I'm reading this, I want you to think about, how much do you really believe this in regards to the coronavirus? Let's just see where you are. He who dwells in the shelter of Most High, that's me, by the way, and I hope that's you, will abide in the shadow of the Almighty. By the way, I believe that us light ladies, we abide in the shelter. I just believe that. I will say to the Lord, my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. For he will deliver you from the snare of the fowler. The fowler is the one who catches the birds, right? So here's the fowler, who's Satan, out setting those mines in your path, right? Those mines that blow up on you. He will deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the deadly pestilence. He will deliver you. He will cover you with his pinions. That's like the flight feathers of the bird. If Jamie was here, I'd bring out the bird and show you the pinions. Maybe we'll do that later. But that's the flight feathers, and they're long and they're beautiful. When God gave me a vision of me under his pinions, he had his arms wrapped around me like this, and off the arms came down those feathers, and they went all the way to the ground and kind of hit the ground and rolled. And it was such a place of protection. He covers you with his pinions, and under his wings you find refuge. Running to the hospitals might not do you any good if you thought you're sick, but everybody at the hospital has a highly contagious disease. Is that really where you want to go? How about we run into the shelter of Most High God? Under his wings you find refuge. His faithfulness is a shield and a buckler. You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence, there it is again, that stalks in darkness. You will not fear it. Nor the destruction that wastes at noonday. Listen to this and test your believer on this. Are you ready? 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only look with your eyes and see the recompense of the wicked. The tone changes at this point, because he's talking about, because you have made the Lord your dwelling place. So who's speaking just changed. The Most High, who is my refuge. No evil shall be allowed to befall you. No plague come near your tent. No disease come near your house. We need to test our believer on that. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. I'm going to stop there because this is the meat of the part that I think we need to all spend some time with the Lord. And how much time do I have? I'm going to share this with you. Some of you have heard me, if you've been in the meetings, you've heard me talk about an evangelist by the name of John G. Lake. And you can always go and read about him. Fabulous. He would be in these plagues. He was back in the early, around the turn of the century, 1900s. He would be in these, he was in a plague, and he was helping, and he was doing stuff. And the doctor said to him, wait, you're around all these patients and all this stuff, and you're not even protecting yourself. Why are you not getting sick? Why are you not falling by this thing? And he said, it can't touch me. If it touches me, it's going to die. And the doctors thought he was nuts, right? Because isn't that what people think when you talk like that? And he said, let me prove it to you. And he took the virus under a microscope, and he put it under there, and they could see the live virus under the microscope doing its little wiggly thing. And then he touched the slide, and the viruses died because they couldn't touch him and live. He knew it. Now, why was it different for him? Was he special? Or did he just speak it and believe it based on the authority that he was standing on? Right? What we've been taught, right? So he knew there was no way that Jesus Christ already took stripes for his healing. He knew that if a weapon was formed against him, it would not prosper. And he knew that 1,000 could fall at his side, 10,000 at his right hand, but it would not come near him. He knew that. He didn't just know it here. This will get you in trouble because this is human. He knew it down to here. So here's what I tell people. Down in here is where you have the John G. Lake level of believing, right? That kind where even a virus has to respond to his believing. Here we have human believing. So do I have John G. Lake level believing? I'm not so sure that I do. I think I have some ways to go. I told you from the beginning, I'm not at the end of this journey. I'm on the journey, but my ship's left the dock. Remember that? So that's where I am. I have left head knowledge. I know that's not it. I know believing it here isn't going to work. Satan and the demons believe and they tremble. They know. But that believing that really changes things is down at the John G. Lake level. And we've talked about this at great detail. Not the time for it here, but it will be in the thing that I'm going to put in the course online that will be coming out, I hope, in a month and a half, 2 months, something like that. So it's coming. But here's the thing. I've left here, but I'm not all the way down to here. You can't see everything I'm doing here. But I'm on the way. So how far have I gone? I'm on the way because I do lay hands on the sick and they recover, because I do believe what the Word of God says. And I need to get deeper and deeper and deeper into that belief so that I do get to the John G. Lake level where I know no virus that touches me can live. And I have at times walked in that, where I've walked into a room full of sick people, started praying for them, and somebody's going, you're going to get sick. And I'm going, no, in Jesus' name, if it touches me, it'll die. And I really had that deep believing going. But I haven't gotten to the place where I'm walking it out consistently, because I go back and forth. Expect that to be part of the process. It's really okay and natural and normal. Sorry, I'm just checking my comments here. I'm sorry I have to keep doing that. But I want to get to the John G. Lake level. I do believe that 1,000 can fall at my side, 10,000 at my right hand. And if this virus comes into my neighborhood, I'm not going to walk in fear. I was not given a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and a sound mind. And I can go out in his protection and his army and his word and go and help those people. And when the medical system's overrun and the only hope is Jesus Christ, they're going to hear him. And guess what happens when people see those miracles? They fall on their knees and worship the true and living God. That's exciting. Something that Satan means for evil could become one of the greatest revivals in the history of mankind. And you can be a part of it if you're ready and you're equipped and you're not on the bench filing your nails, but you're paying attention to the game and you're getting yourself wherever you are to the next level. Everybody's at a different place. Some of you are ahead of me in a lot of areas, and I have to get caught up with you, but in other areas I'm ahead of you and you got to get caught up with me. That's how the body sharpens. Iron sharpens iron. That's who we are. That's what us ladies are doing together, bonded together in Jesus Christ, sharpening each other, encouraging each other, lifting each other up in this. Does that make sense? I am so excited. Let's see. I am so excited about all of this. And whatever happens, whether this is a practice run or whether this is the real deal, I'm excited because I'm going to get to another level. I'm going to get closer to John G. Lake level. I want to get to the William Seymour level. I want to get to the Smith Wigglesworth level. I want to get to the level of these people, these great modern evangelists who had all these tremendous miracles. They understood the power. They understood that it was available to them. They understood it worked according to the power at work in them, and they went out and got her done. Got her done. We're going to get her done. That's going to become our motto. Get her done. So, what are you going to do today to get to the next level? Number one is you don't worry about the level you're at. You don't judge it. You say, hey, thank goodness I've gotten to where I am. I've barely gotten started. I'm only a baby step. But I understand what she's saying, and that's my first step. I'm ready. Let's go to the next level. Some of you have already been laying hands, and you've already been seeing people set free. You've seen the diseases run, but you got to get to the next level. So we're going to get to the next level where we're ready to raise the dead. If we were to have a pandemic where a lot of people died, we're going to get a lot of opportunity for that. There's going to be a lot of glory for our King. I'm ready. I want that. I want to. That's where I'm preparing myself to be able to lay hands on virus-ridden people without worrying about if my mask is on or if they even have one, and they just recover. They just rise up and recover and then start praising the living God. And then the church is going to be the light shining on the hill the way she was meant to be, because right now everybody's running to doctors, and we're supposed to. Wherever your faith is, you have to do that. I am not in any way saying there's something wrong with that. Go to those doctors. But meanwhile, your goal should be that you can build up that faith and build up that believing and build up the reality of that power in you so you can lay hands on yourself and begin to see the differences, begin to wean off of some of those medicines, begin to not rely on the doctors as much as you used to. That's awesome. Some people are going to do that in one jump overnight, boom, it's going to happen in a moment. Others are going to go step by step by step by step by step by step. And all of it's right. All of it's good. All of it pleases our King. Just do what you can with where you are. I hope this has been an encouragement to you today. I hope that you're feeling just zapped, like you're ready to go out and try to conquer it. I hope you're ready to just get in this thing and go and eat it up and start with Psalms 91. Do you really believe that people could be dying of a virus by your side by the thousands or the 10,000s, and you will not fear, and you know it can't touch you? And all of the news doesn't shake you. It just gets you excited that you're going to have more opportunity to shine His light in a very dark and quickly darkening world. That's a great thing. Ladies, we are getting equipped. We are going to go out and do great things for our King. Do not let the devil tell you anything contrary to that truth. You tell the devil, take it to the curb. I'm not listening. Take those thoughts captive to the obedience of Jesus Christ. Kick it to the curb. Get it out with the trash. Get, as Pastor said, get that stinking thinking, and let's get it to the curb. And then we're going to get truth, 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 and more truth in us. And if you haven't been real proactive with getting the truth, I think this is the wake-up call that let's do it. Let's do it. And if you have been doing it, I'm not saying you got to go spend more time, more time, more time. I'm saying even when you're washing dishes, you can think about, some TV show you're hoping to watch tonight, or you can think about what you read this morning in the Word and chew on that and let the Lord bring more to you. You can train your mind to always be on the Word of God, to always be processing those scriptures, to always be praising and singing and keeping your mindset on him, because the wind and the waves is trying to pick up right now. So we need to keep our eyes and our focus and our everything on Jesus Christ. Remember when Pastor talked about the bronze serpent that was raised on the pole in the wilderness with Moses? When the people were getting snake bit, they had to look upon that pole. Remember when he talked about that? That was a picture of Jesus Christ on the cross. The serpent being judged, because bronze serpent is because he was judged. Bronze is the metal that represents judgment. So when they were looking upon the snake on the cross that was bronze, they're thinking this natural snake, but it was the serpent, Satan, being judged when Christ was to go to that tree some centuries, millennia later. Does that make sense? So we're going to keep our eyes. We don't have to look at the bronze snake anymore. We just look straight at Jesus Christ. He has gone to the cross. He has gone to the grave. And he has raised up to new life. And you have gone to the grave in him. You've already died with him so that you were no longer joined to the law. And you've been raised up in new life so that you could be joined to another. For what purpose? So that you could bear fruit unto God. So let's go out and do it, ladies. Let's continue to get equipped. Let's go out and get her done. And write in the comments the things. You can write in the comments where you're at. You can write in the comments what you're going to commit to do. You can uplift people who do write in the comments. Go and encourage them. Listen, we can have conversation. You can pick up a phone or pick up a phone and text, PM, or call somebody that you want to uplift that you see commenting in the list. You can do that. Or you can comment right there if you want to go public with it. And let's build each other up. And we're going to esteem each other higher than ourselves. And we're going to get full of this power. Get out there and get it done, no matter what's going on in that world. So I love you, ladies. I pray that everything that we've said will bring glory to you, my Father. And I thank you, ladies, for joining us, even the ones that had to join later after the live. Thank you for being here. And I look forward to seeing you Wednesday night. If you're going to be at church, I'll be there. I'll see you there. Bye, guys. Mwah.